Hey, how's it going, you guys? It's petplatypus here, and it's time to review a couple more episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho. Not so much a mixed episode this time around, but there was definitely a little awkward. We have Yusuke versus Suzaku, I believe his name is. That fight's continuing. Yusuke had his little, not really friendship power-up, but kind of. Not really like a power-up, but a friendship unlocking of more power that he normally doesn't use, and he does this epic shotgun, which was pretty cool. He takes down Suzaku, right? No. He collapses, he taunts the bird, or not really taunts, but he threatens the bird thing with like some pretty cool lines, I'll admit, like deep frying fucking. And yeah, what basically ends up happening is he almost gets the flute, that is clearly a flute, they keep calling it a fucking whistle. And no, Suzaku comes back up. Then he like re-merges with all the other bodies, and then he heals. But then he's able to clone himself again, and it's like, can you just endlessly, like, that seems very broken and hacked, but whatever. He fucking splits himself apart, fully heals himself, and Yusuke takes another shot. But apparently, the first attack Yusuke landed broke one of his antennas, which we never saw a crack in it before, and I know it's 90s animation, but still. And it would have been nice to establish that those antennas actually did something beforehand instead of just explaining it later, because that feels kind of weird. It feels like he pulled it out of his ass rather than actually setting it up. And then Yusuke pulls life energy out of his ass when Keiko's about to die. There's this weird moment where Keiko's about to get stabbed and then it gets blocked. I don't know if Yusuke did that. If he did, that's stupid. I don't know how he could have done that. But he ends up powering up with like Avatar State eyes and shit from fucking Avatar The Last Airbender. And, and Legend of Korra. He has like these Avatar State eyes going on. And he's using life energy. Now, when he first started doing it, I was like, fuck, really? Are you going to get a power boost from friendship? Really? When you're supposed to be on empty? But no, it was life energy being turned into spirit energy to, you know, replace it. And he was going to die afterwards. And that pretty much is what almost happens. He fires another shotgun. Apparently, his life energy was strong enough to one-shot Suzaku, all 7 Suzakus, or whatever his name is, because he fully healed himself and then split into 7 again. And then Yusuke used life energy and one-shotted him. And I guess he did sacrifice his whole life for it, so that's okay, I guess, but just the fact that the dude could even heal himself the way he did felt kind of broken. But I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was a little awkward. I feel like the antenna stuff could have been established earlier. I feel like the life energy stuff could have been established earlier, unless I'm just forgetting. I'm pretty sure they didn't establish life energy being used like spirit energy. But whatever. Kuwabara ends up feeding him some of his own and saves him. Then they go home, and oh, this shit was fucking funny. He's like, what happened to the flute and everything, and like, everything's fine. Then he's like, what happened to Keiko and Botan? And they're like, oh. And they like look around all fucking tense and shit. And he's like, what the fuck's going on? What happened to them? And then they walk in. And it was all just trolling the shit out of Yusuke. That shit was funny. Even Kurama was in on it. Straight man Kurama, who barely ever makes a joke. That was funny as fuck. I loved that. And apparently Keiko knows about all the spirit stuff. That's really good story progression, because keeping it a secret I thought was dumb to begin with, because, you know, just, she's a friend, she can know, why not? She's a close friend. She knew about all the stuff about coming back to life, so why not? But whatever. I can understand not telling the mom, because maybe you don't want your mom to worry, but I feel like Keiko, she would worry, but I don't know, she just seems like someone you would tell. I probably would have if I was in his position, but yeah. So, she knows, apparently, and, I mean, I'm pretty sure she knows. She said stuff about going on cases and everything, but she didn't specifically say all the spirit stuff, so it's possible that Botan gave her a somewhat real story, but also fake, like she left out all the spiritual stuff, and just said that he goes on cases. I'm not too sure what she explained, we haven't gotten a full explanation, but hopefully she's in on the secret and all that. But yeah, I think if she is in on the secret, that's good progression. The arc is over, they're saved, the flute got destroyed, that annoying bird got disintegrated, that was awesome. Like I said, the fact that he one-shotted him, I feel that's a little bit problematic, but it isn't a big deal. It was a life energy thing, he would have died. He put everything into it, so okay, fine, I'll give it a pass, but still, a little awkward. But that doesn't change the fact that this actually was a very good episode. The actual fighting itself, I mean, because like I said, everything up to that point is actually pretty fine. He, tries to fight him, does a shotgun. Dude gets up. I think he's a little broken, but whatever, not a big deal. And Yusuke then uses life energy. It's not just a friendship power-up. He actually used his own life energy instead of spirit energy, which he was out of. That's fair. That makes sense. It's just that one shot that kind of bothers me. So the overall episode I do think is great. I'll give it like an 8.5. Wrapped up the story arc pretty nicely. Keiko knowing, that's really good. So yeah. The only other thing I want to point out really is that they reused a little bit of animation when he cloned himself, but that's not that big of a deal. So yeah, I'll give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was a great episode of Yu Yu Hakusho. And now I will talk about episode 22. Okay, you guys. Episode 22. Oh, this was a great episode. Holy shit. Mostly for the comedy during the videotape, but holy crap, this is a great episode. So, we get Yusuke talking to Keiko, and she doesn't know the whole story. But I take back me calling it stupid, because it's explained that humans aren't supposed to know about it. It's supposed to be kept a secret on like a wide scale. The only reason Kuwabara knows is because of how spiritually aware he is. He's almost like a partner to Yusuke to a certain extent, and he'll keep it a secret, but it's not good for full-blown humans to know. So she gave her a fake story, or like, you're a detective or whatever, but you're not, it's not all the spirit crazy shit. So, okay, it's not what I wanted it to be, her actually knowing, but there is an explanation as to why she can't know, so it's fine. Good thing they cleared that up. Next up, they have the videotape, and it opens up with the logos. Oh, these were fantastic. You just see Koenma with the, like Columbia, that was fantastic. And then it did, MGM. Oh, fucking phenomenal, hilarious. I absolutely loved it. And apparently it's supposed to be static to anyone who's not spiritually like aware, but Kuwabara's sister is, so she watched the whole thing and takes it very calmly. So yeah, she sends Kuwabara out, or she doesn't, what the fuck, he goes out. She pretty much says it's fine for him to go, she doesn't really care, I guess that's what I was trying to say, but Kuwabara goes out, he originally doesn't want to help, but then we see this girl, and he's like, oh shit, bone her up, and he goes, he's like, I'm gunning for that. So, yeah, he's ready to go, and they have to rescue this girl from this mansion, from these evil crime dudes, and she is Hiei's sister. Now, I figured there was a connection, because, I mean, I saw her eye color, and that really didn't tip me off immediately. It was the same as Hiei's, but the only reason that really caught my eye is because she has ice. And we saw how Hiei reacted when that other dude used ice powers. He was kind of a little angrier, a little, more agitated or whatever. So that made me, I was like, what's... Okay, so Hiei has to have a connection with ice somehow. And then this girl has ice. And then I noticed the eye color, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're probably related. And they are. It's Hiei's sister. So that's cool. Again, nice reveal. So yeah, they have to rescue her, and the reason why they have her kidnapped is because her tears turn into like these epic jewel marble things. Like, just imagine her like crying her eyes out and all just hitting the floor like a fucking bag of marbles just rolling around. That would be fucking funny. But yeah. Then we see the crime boss dude, this ugly motherfucker with like this bump on his head, and he's like, forget about it, you come today on my daughter's wedding, the Godfather. Like, straight up fucking mafia soprano motherfucker. With this ridiculous voice that's so generic fucking gangster, but whatever. It's fine. And he hires two very important individuals. And like I said before, I read the manga a long time ago. Forgot most of it, but there are obviously going to be things that stand out. Obviously, these motherfuckers stand out. The Toguro brothers. Fuck. So they're introduced. That's awesome. Motherfucker's tall. Oh my god, he's tall as fuck. It's insane. His brother is on his shoulder, like a fucking, like he's, if you just saw him with his brother, you'd think his brother was tiny, but no, he's normal size. It's crazy. So they kill these birds to make her cry, which was pretty dark and pretty fucked up, because those birds did nothing wrong, but, she cries, and yeah, they're there, and then there's this demon dude that Yusuke and, Kuwabara kill when they're on their way there, and there was also this other butler dude who looked like the dude from Hunter x Hunter, the first exam dude with like the hair and like the mustache. This guy just, had a mouth and normal colored hair. But yeah, so I thought it was a really, really good episode. It had really good comedy. It had solid story progression. We're jumping into a new arc. We're introduced to the Tagoros. I shouldn't know that they're going to be important, but I do, so that's obviously a big deal also. The videotape, like I said, was funny. Like I said, comedy was great. Animation was good as usual. They're still reusing the animation when Kuwabara summons up his sword, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with reusing animation when it's like pulling out a weapon, you know, like when it's just something real simple like that. That's okay. I let that slide, but it's when you reuse like full shots of like an entire action scene a few times or a couple times that kind of bothers me, but yeah, I thought it was a great episode. Like, great. Like, actually giving it the rating of great, 8.5. That comedy was just golden. I loved it. Seeing that his sister is spiritually aware is cool, too. She might play a part later, perhaps. Keiko not knowing, but explaining why she can't know. That's good. So, yeah, it's a great episode, 8.5. And I'm really excited to see where this arc goes. I like the setup with Hiei and everything. We're getting some more character development from him. And he's ready to rescue his fucking sister, so yeah. We just need Kurama now, and the whole gang will be back together, but yeah, he's just hanging out in Spirit World with Koenma, but yeah, anyway. Thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of these episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.